Hey guys, welcome back to Erenshor Guides. This is part 2 of unlocking raids for Erenshor. If you haven't done part 1, please go do that first. There's going to be 2 items from part 1 that we need in this one. This is going to be going over Vitheo's Rest and Blooming Sepulcher. What's interesting about these 2 dungeons, they're very unique, is that you're going to be ping-ponging from one to the other, and they're going to be kind of unlocking more and more parts of those dungeons as we progress. You'll see, but it's pretty cool. All right, no more further ado, let's jump right into it. And as always, thank you for watching. All right, we're going to start in Port Azure. You need 1 silver crux with you. You can do this at any time, but might as well do it in your mid-20s when you can start doing the rest of the quest. Go to the docks and run straight at the wall. Oh, it's a fake wall. Click on the first guy you see and type Shadow Tide. This will make his faction not hostile to you. The second guy will give you a quest. He says, hey, give us a silver crux. Give him silver crux and he will give you the key to Vitheo's Rest. When you're ready with a party that can clear level 20 mobs, come on in here. There's only a few to kill. There is 1 boss, and it is the Crypt Guardian. From the Crypt Guardian, we are going to get the memory of a Guardian. While you're here, go ahead and get in the habit of clearing the mobs. We are looking for a Vithian brick. This will let us open up a teleport later. If you don't get it right now, it's not a big deal, but keep farming the mobs while you're here. Now we need to go to the Revival Plains. Quickest way to go is from the Hidden Hills to Fairy's Break. Once you're into the Revival Plains, go to the Giant Willow. There is a dungeon underneath the tree. This is the Blooming Sepulcher. A straight shot is all that's available initially. There's a couple of mobs we gotta kill, and then a protected memory at the end. Once we kill this protected memory, a Dying Wish starts. Talk to the Dying Wish. It will start a quest and it'll open another branch. Real quick, once you have this other branch open and you have a Vithian brick, just run in from the entrance, hang a quick left, and there'll be a portal and an NPC sprite to talk to. Give them the brick, and now you have a 2-way teleport that goes between Vitheo's Rest and the Sepulcher. All right, we're in the first branch of the Blooming Sepulcher. Levels 19 to 25. These mobs in here are pretty thick. They're pretty juicy. They're not too difficult yet, but they're going to get progressively difficult as we unlock this dungeon. There's going to be a lot of 2 to 3 mob pulls, so just be on your game. You'll shortly run into a fork in the road. To the left, there's like a red section, and to the right, there's a blue. The red section to the left is like our progression, and the blue section is for extra bosses and extra mobs. The mobs and the bosses are definitely worth doing. The loot's actually pretty good, and if you're in the level range, it's definitely worth clearing. But for the sake of this video, we're just going to go to the left and progress. These Elder Guardians cast AoE spells, so if you have any sort of interrupt, it's pretty good to start using it on there. You'll see they're a little like blue cast bar. You can interrupt it when their cast bar is going. Kill the protected memory at the end here. Another Dying Wish will spawn. Talk to it, and it will start a quest and give you the next key for the next part of Vitheo's. You should use your portal box to go to your reliquary and then run out to Vitheo's from here. This will let you teleport all the way back once you're done with this area to so you don't have to clear what you cleared before. At the bottom of the stairs, hang a left. We are now in the shrines area of Vitheo's. For the sake of simplicity, if you want just a straight shot to the boss you need to kill, just put your left hand on the wall and follow it all the way around. There's more bosses in here than what we're going to do. We're just going to clear the guy that we need to clear. But this is a very good leveling zone if you're between level 21 and 26. Alright, we are at the boss. Balliste, the Fallen. You'll drop the memory of Balliste. We're going to take this memory and take it back to the Blooming Sepulcher. God, that word is hard to say. And like I said earlier, if you ported out using your box of portals, just run back to your reliquary from here. It'll be way quicker than having to re-clear through the Blooming dungeon. Alright, the boss is respawned. It's no big deal. Now we just hand that Memory of Ballast to the Dying Wish, and it'll open up the third section. We're in the second branch. Sorry, the second branch. Levels 27 to 30. If you're not in your 30s yet, this is where it's going to start really hurting. There's really only one path to go. It's this kind of outside ring, and there's like a bunch of big trees in the middle that we're running around. Eventually, we're going to be working our way all the way down there, but for this section, we're just staying on this outside ring. There is also a wandering boss around here named Binks. You'll see he's bright red versus everything else. And what's interesting is his spawn point is basically like where we're going to, and he kind of wanders all the way through. So we'll see in this footage that I kill him early on, and by the time I get all the way to the point where he spawns, he has spawned again. So this is definitely the thickest, the meatiest part of the dungeon to run through. I know we're speeding up really fast, but this probably took me 25 minutes or so to clear, maybe 30. It's a big area, so once we're done with this area, we want to make sure we use the box of portals trick again, because we're just going to be going back to Vitheo's Rest. Yep, there's the boss again, Vinks. He's got some good drops though, so he's definitely worth doing. I know my first time through my first character, I had some trouble with him. He hits pretty hard if you're under geared. A couple more mobs to kill, and then we are at the next protected memory. This guy's got a couple more tricks, so he's gonna spawn the Elder Guardians, which are gonna do AoE. Really all you can do is just nuke the protected memory as fast as possible. Otherwise he'll just keep spawning ads, and the ads just are going to keep doing AoE. If you have an Arcanist, he's going to be able to CC pretty well. But yeah, just kill him, and then when you're ready, talk to the Dying Wish. Continue clicking through the memory, or through the quest, and he's going to give you the key to the Traitor's Halls. Use the box of portals to get out, so we can use the reliquary to get back to where we are. Alright, running back to Vitheo's Rest for the third section. Clear our way down there. Mess around with gear a little bit. Alright, so it's at the bottom of the steps, and it's to the right this time. This is part one of while we're down here. We're going to come back. We're gonna kill one guy down here, and then we have a bit of a shopping list that we have to do. While you're down here, there's gonna be 2 recipes that can randomly drop off enemies, and you don't have to get these recipes to go further, but it's good to know. But it's good to know that they're there, and like they're telling you what the shopping list is that we need. So basically, we have to come back with materials to start a dark flame and to start a light flame. But this part of the dungeon is very simple. It's really just one straight shot, but if you want to guidance, just put your right hand on the wall and follow that all the way down. You can see my level 27 Reaver is getting bodied by these guys. These guys are in their 30s, so it's starting to really get out of reach for this character. So here's the boss, Elwio. Elwio the Traitor. And like the others, I'll bet you he's going to drop a Memory of Elwio. And this guy actually has some good loot. He drops helmets for tanks that are very nice. Once you have your memory, you can head back out. Go all the way back to your reliquary, so you can go back through the portal. Kill the boss again, and remember he spawns ads. Just nuke the boss first and then deal with the ads. And then hand the Memory of Elwio to the Dying Wish. This unlocks the third section, the third and final branch of the Blooming Sepulcher. This section is a lot shorter. It's the mobs have gotten a little bit stronger, level 27 to 33 now. Keep on the lookout for an Essence of Nature. They should have been dropping throughout this dungeon, but you need one to move on. Have to have one. If you don't get an Essence of Nature by the time you clear here, you're gonna have to come back and farm these guys, because we absolutely need one in the next section. Alright, you'll come to a clearing on the left, but just stick to your right and go through this little tunnel. And there's an NPC, the last NPC of this area. It is Fallen Fernalla. Talk to her and go through her dialogue, and she will give you a gift of Fernalla, which we need. Let's start talking. We gotta start thinking about our shopping list here. We're gonna go through how to get each one of these, but I'm just showing it on screen so you can see what we need. First thing we need to do is go to Loomingwood Forest. Fastest way to go there is from Ripper's Keep. Turn around and it goes south from Ripper's Keep portal. And then when you're in the forest, put your left hand on the wall. We are looking for a Loomingwood branch. It can drop off these little green tree things, but there's a boss that's pretty close that has a 100% guaranteed drop of it. Go ahead and start clearing these Devatrixes out. If you don't, and you pull the boss, then you're gonna get all these ads too, like I just did right here. But she's pretty easy. She's like level 30, and she actually has some really good gear for casters. So we got our branch, and we also got a level 4 aura for our druid, which is really nice. Once you're done with that, we need to head to the Blight. Quickest way to get to the Blight is go to the Brax Desert and walk towards this giant dark monolith, and go to the left of it in the corner. You'll be into the Blight. All right, we need to talk about the Blight here. If you haven't been to the Blight before, the Blight is very scary and it's very dangerous. So your compass doesn't work, number one, and I don't think the map works. There's this red haze everywhere, and there's not many landmarks. So if you don't know the map, it's really easy to get lost, and there's some really dangerous stuff in here. The main thing we're staying on the lookout for is the Blightworm. It's a roaming boss. It's like an endgame boss, and it wants to devour you. So I'm gonna try to guide you through here as easily as possible. We don't have to go very deep, but that wandering boss can find us. So you'll see this tent right in front of you when you zone in. We're gonna go to the right of the tent, and we're gonna make pretty much a straight line away from that tent. We're gonna put that kind of rock cliff face on our left, and we're just gonna follow a straight line. The rock cliff face is gonna veer to the left, but we're gonna keep going to that straight line. We have to get a Blightwood slab from this place, and we also have to get 2 Blight crystals. The Blight crystals can drop from these small enemies. I think the lurkers are the best chances to get them from. That's where I think I got both of mine from. But just kind of keep your head on a swivel, looking for the Blightworm, and keep going in that straight line. And you see this big flaming skull torch, whatever that is. That's what we're looking for. There's a named mob underneath that. And as you can see right there, that's the Blightworm. We want to steer clear from that thing. That thing will just destroy us. You pretty much need to be raid ready in order to farm him efficiently. So we're just going to let him pass, kill a couple of these mobs, and then we're going to pull the named mob right under that big flaming thing. Parzagull is who we're killing. He's going to drop this Blightwood slab. And once you have that and your 2 Blight crystals, you can get out of here. If you don't have your Blight crystals yet, just keep killing the small enemies around here and keep it on the lookout for the Blightworm. All right, let's look at this shopping list. The Droplet of the First Frost and Spark of the First Flame you should have from the previous video. Get that in Fallen Braxania. The rest of this we just all picked up in this video. So the items on the left are for the Life Flame. The items on the right are for the Dark Flame. We don't need these recipes to actually light and progress this quest. But when you're ready, take all of these items and go back to the Traitor halls in Vitheo's Rest. That was go into Vitheo's Rest, and it's the last door on the right. We're gonna go all the way back to the boss that we killed, Elwio. That is the life flame brazier. Hand in these items to the life flame brazier and give item, and you've completed part of the quest. Turn right around, and there's a secret hall to the right. There's a mob that usually aggroes and walks through this hidden door, and that's kind of the trick of how to know that it's there. Also, the mini-map sort of tells you. Clear the remaining mobs. It is a straight shot to where we need to go. There is another little mini boss at the end of this. Alright, once everything is dead, there is the Dark Flame Brazier right around the corner. You're going to hand it the Blight Crystals, the Blightwood Slab, and the Spark of the First Flame. Alright, we have completed the 2 flames. This has spawned an additional boss called the Abomination. This guy is tough. He's level 38. He's the highest level anything we've gotten to this point. Let's see how he handles my level 28 Reaver. Yeah, he just demolishes us. Unfortunately, this is as far as I'm going to be able to show you on this character. I'm going to have to come back with a stronger party. Alright, stronger party acquired. Let's destroy this guy. Yeah, it's going down way better. Alright, so what the Abomination drops is the last key in this dungeon we need. The key to Vitheo's tomb. Once you clear the rest of the trash here, just turn right around, walk towards the entrance, go through the doors, and it'll be the pair of doors, the last ones we haven't gone through yet. This is the last section of this dungeon. We're almost done. It's a straight shot. We just got a couple more packs of mobs to kill. These guys are level 39 and the boss is, or I'm sorry, these guys are level 34 and the boss is level 39. Alright, when you're ready, challenge the boss, the Apparition of Vitheo. This guy really is just an endurance check. You're gonna like kill his whole life bar and then he's gonna heal up to max. It's gonna look like you're doing something wrong. You're not. You just basically have to kill him 4 times through. Once he is dead, we have the Inert Rune of Vitheo, and we also have the Memory of Vitheo. The Inert Rune, you can just throw in your bank for now. We'll need that later. But the memory, we need to go back to the Blooming Sepulcher to turn in. So go through the portal, put your left hand on the wall, follow it all the way around until you get to the big rimmed section. And since there's no fall damage, we could just jump all the way down there. It's a very good shortcut. Hand the Memory of Vitheo to Fallen Fernalla, and she's like, great, come at me. And now Fallen Fernalla is an active boss. Fallen Fernalla is arguably one of the hardest bosses pre-raid, and you're going to need a tank that is around 2200 AC and has as many resists as you can. So when you're ready, go in for the fight. So Fallen Fernalla fights like a real raid boss. She has phases. The way that you phase her is by her health bar going to 0, and then it'll go back to 100. First phase is nothing to write home about. Just tank and spank, stay alive. Once her health bar goes to 0, it goes back up to 100%, and she starts spawning these big blue AoEs. Just stay out of it. The sim players will automatically run out of those blue AoEs, so you don't have to worry about that. Just if it spawns underneath you, just get out of there. Once you kill her a second time, you're going to go into her third phase. She's going to disappear and start spawning ads. There's a ton of ads, and they spawn very quickly. So if you're the tank, just do whatever AoE you have to kind of keep grabbing them. Your DPS should be able to kill them pretty quickly, but they will stack up. If you're not the tank, just make sure you're main assist. Make sure you're the main assist, and just keep targeting the new one, so your tank will be, going to the new one, and yeah, should be able to work through it pretty well. Fallen Fernalla's fourth phase. This is where things get real. she'll spawn back up, and she's just gonna start doing like crazy AoE damage. And I have about a 50% rate of either my entire party dying or like us all making it through very easily. You can see in the footage in this one, everybody's dying. Luckily, I have a very geared out paladin, and I can pretty much just solo this boss, you know, with 0 DPS, but Solar none the wiser. I think she's just doing a lot of resistible damage, so if you have really high resists, I think that's the way to survive her. But DPS doesn't like defenses. So when you kill Fallen Fernalla, she will drop the Inert Rune of Fernalla. And bam, we have 3 of the 4 raid runes. They're not active yet. Don't get too excited, but we're well on our way. And the last raid rune is a lot easier to get. This is definitely the like most sluggish part of this whole ordeal. So good job, we made it through. And with that, that wraps up this video. I really hope that that they're helping you. I really hope that they're entertaining in some degree. We'll see you in the next one. I'm not quite sure if there's going to be one more video or if there's 2 more. There's a handful of steps we have to do, but there's some intricate things we need to do. So until next time, have a good one. We'll see you.